Chapter 1. Emily had one rule in life: double check before sending texts. Unfortunately, today was not the day she followed that rule. With a victorious grin, she typed out a message to her best friend, Lily, it finally happened. I got the man of my dreams. He said yes. I'm officially off the market. Smiling face with heart-shaped eyes. Party popper. She hit send, and immediately regretted it, because instead of Lily's name, the recipient said, Ryan Carter. Who was that? Panic shot through Emily as she frantically searched her contacts. She had no clue how she had even added this number. Before she could figure it out, her phone buzzed with a reply. Ryan Carter. Congratulations? But I think you have the wrong person. Oh no. Oh no. Emily's stomach plummeted before she could reply and fix this disaster. Another text popped up. Ryan Carter. Wait. Are you saying we're engaged? And just like that, Emily's life spiraled into absolute chaos. Chapter 2. Emily froze, her hands hovered over the keyboard as she stared at the message from Ryan Carter, her heart pounding. Ryan Carter. Wait. Are you saying we're engaged? No. How had this escalated so quickly? She needed to fix this immediately. Emily. No. This is a mistake. I meant to text my best friend, not you. Sorry for the confusion. She hit send and let out a deep breath. Crisis averted. Except, her phone buzzed again. Ryan Carter. That's a relief. My mom just called. Freaking out, Emily blinked. His mom? Emily. Wait. What? Ryan Carter. Yeah. She saw the text and assumed I proposed to someone. And now my grandmother is planning a family gathering to celebrate my engagement. Emily's stomach dropped. No. Nope. No way. Before she could type another panicked message, her phone rang. Ryan Carter. Emily stared at the screen like it was a ticking time bomb. Then, before she could overthink it, she answered. Hello? You're Emily, right? His voice was deep, smooth, and annoyingly calm considering the situation. Yeah. Look, I am so sorry. So am I, Ryan interrupted. Because if I don't show up with a fiancé this weekend, my grandmother will disown me. Emily nearly choked. Excuse me? A pause. Then, in the same calm voice, he said, I need a favor. Oh no, this could not be happening. Chapter 3. Emily pressed the phone tighter against her ear, convinced she had misheard. I'm sorry, what? Ryan sighed, like a man who had already accepted his fate. My grandmother is persistent. If I show up single after she already believes I'm engaged, she'll spend the next 6 months setting me up with every eligible woman she can find. Emily blinked. And this is my problem because you accidentally texted me and now she's convinced you're the one, Ryan said dryly. Which means, unless you want to crush an elderly woman's dreams, I need you to pretend to be my fiancé for one weekend. Emily let out a strangled laugh. Oh, that's all. Just a tiny favor. No big deal. Exactly. That was sarcasm, Ryan. I figured. Emily exhaled sharply, pacing her tiny apartment. This is ridiculous. I don't even know you. What if you're a serial killer? Ryan sounded amused. Do serial killers usually have overbearing grandmothers? I don't know. Maybe it's part of your cover story. I can send references if you'd like. Emily groaned. Why was he so calm about this? Look, Ryan continued. I get it, this is crazy. But all you have to do is show up, smile, nod when they ask how we met, and in 2 days, you never have to see me again. Emily hesitated. It did sound simple. And technically, this was kind of her fault. I'll owe you a favor, Ryan added. A big one. Her ears perked up. Any favor? Within reason. Emily thought about it. There was that one tiny thing she'd been struggling with. She bit her lip. Fine. I'll do it. Really? He actually sounded surprised, but Emily pointed a finger at her phone. I have conditions. Ryan chuckled. Of course you do. Emily took a deep breath. This was a terrible idea. But it was too late now. She was about to become Ryan Carter's fake fiancé, and she had a feeling this weekend was going to be an absolute disaster. Chapter 4. Emily took a deep breath and sat on her couch, gripping her phone. Okay. If I'm going to be your fake fiancé for the weekend, we need rules. Ryan let out a short laugh. Rules? Yes. Boundaries. Guidelines. A plan. There was a pause. Then, in an amused tone, he said, "All right. What are your rules, Emily?" She sat up straighter, clearing her throat. "First, no unnecessary touching." "Define unnecessary." Emily frowned. "Like, no holding hands, no forehead kisses, no weird romantic stuff." Ryan hummed. "So, if my grandmother insists we take a photo together and she expects me to put my arm around you, that's necessary?" Emily opened her mouth, then closed it. "Ooh, fine. Minimal touching." "Got it," Ryan said, clearly holding back a laugh. "What else?" Emily tapped her fingers against her knee. "Second, we need a backstory. How did we meet?" Ryan thought for a moment. "Work." Emily wrinkled her nose. "Boring. Mutual friends. Too vague. Then what do you suggest?" Emily grinned. "Something dramatic. Maybe I saved you from an out-of-control bicycle in Central Park. You want our fake love story to involve a rogue bicycle?" "Yes." Ryan sighed. "Fine. But if anyone asks, I was the one who saved you." Emily smirked. "Deal." Ryan chuckled. "All right, what's next?" Emily hesitated. "Third, and most important, no catching feelings." Silence, then Ryan scoffed. "You actually think that's going to be a problem?" Emily folded her arms. "You never know." Ryan sounded way too amused. "I'll try to resist your overwhelming charm, Emily." She rolled her eyes. "Good. Because after this weekend, we're going back to being strangers." "Agreed." Emily nodded. "Great. I'll see you Friday." "See you then, fiancé." Emily hung up immediately, her stomach twisted as reality sank in. This was actually happening, and something told her that by the end of this weekend, one of them was definitely going to break a rule. Chapter 5. Emily stared at the suitcase lying open on her bed. What did one even pack for a fake engagement weekend? She groaned, rubbing her temples. This is insane. Her best friend, Lisa, sat on the edge of the bed, casually eating popcorn. "Oh, absolutely. But I support it." Emily glared at her. "You support me pretending to be engaged to a stranger?" Lisa popped another piece of popcorn into her mouth. 100%. Emily threw a sweater at her. Lisa dodged it with an impressive amount of skill. "Think of it this way," Lisa said, smirking. "Free food. A fancy house. And you get to torture a man who thought you were his fiancé for a solid 5 minutes." Emily sighed, stuffing a dress into her suitcase. "Yeah, well, I'm the one getting tortured now." Lisa wiggled her eyebrows. "Is he at least hot?" Emily froze mid-fold. She had no idea. Ryan's profile picture was just some corporate logo. She had never actually seen his face. "Emily?" Lisa waved a hand in front of her face. Emily cleared her throat. "I don't know." Lisa's eyes widened. "Wait, what?" Emily cringed. "I never checked." Lisa screamed. Emily grabbed a pillow and smacked her with it. "Oh my God, shut up. It's not like it matters." Lisa gasped. "It matters. What if he's an old man? What if he's secretly bald? What if he has a creepy mustache?" Emily threw the pillow aside and snatched her phone, opening Ryan's profile. Lisa practically crawled onto her lap to see. Emily tapped his profile photo. The picture loaded. Lisa gasped. Emily choked. Ryan Carter was hot, not just attractive. Not just handsome. He looked like he belonged in a magazine ad for expensive cologne and brooding stares. Tall, dark-haired, sharp jawline, suit perfectly tailored. He had the kind of face that made terrible decisions very tempting. Lisa clutched Emily's arm. "Oh, babe. You're in trouble." Emily slammed her phone down. "No. Nope. This is strictly business." Lisa smirked. Sure. Emily groaned and fell backward on her bed. This weekend was going to be a disaster, and now, it was going to be a hot disaster. Chapter 6. Emily stood outside the grand entrance of the Carter estate, gripping the handle of her suitcase like a lifeline. This was fine. Everything was fine. She adjusted her dress for the 10th time, wiped her palms on her skirt, and took a deep breath. "You can do this, Emily. You're a professional fake fiancé." Before she could gather any more courage, the large front door swung open. And there he was, Ryan Carter. Emily froze. The profile picture had not been a lie. If anything, it had been a kindness, because in real life, Ryan was unfairly attractive. His sharp blue eyes met hers, scanning her from head to toe in a way that felt both calculating and mildly amused. His dark hair was styled effortlessly, like he had just stepped out of a GQ photoshoot and didn't even care. He was wearing a crisp black button-up, sleeves rolled up to his forearms, showcasing strong arms that should not be distracting her right now. Emily blinked. "Ah. Hi." Ryan raised an eyebrow. "That's all I get. A hi." Emily cleared her throat, shaking off her moment of pure, undiluted panic. "Sorry. I was just mentally preparing to meet my fake fiancé for the weekend." Ryan smirked. "And you're very convincing." He chuckled, stepping aside. "Come in, fiancé." Emily nearly tripped over her own feet. This was already going horribly. She followed him inside, her eyes widening at the sheer size of the house. It wasn't just big, it was intimidating. High ceilings, massive chandeliers, elegant furniture. Everything screamed old money and high expectations. Ryan glanced at her. "Do you need a tour, or would you rather hide in the bathroom for 10 minutes to panic?" Emily narrowed her eyes. "I do not panic." Ryan gave her a look. "Okay, maybe a little," she admitted. He smirked. "Figured." Before Emily could come up with a clever comeback, a voice called from the other room. "Ryan, is that her? Bring her here, we need to meet her." Ryan sighed, muttering, "Here we go." He turned to Emily. "Ready?" Emily was absolutely not ready, but she squared her shoulders anyway. "Let's do this." And with that, she followed him inside, stepping straight into the lion's den. Chapter 7. Emily barely had a second to brace herself before she was swarmed. Ryan's family descended like a pack of wolves. "Oh my goodness, look at you." A middle-aged woman with elegant blonde hair and a dazzling smile grabbed Emily's hands. "You're even lovelier than I imagined." Emily opened her mouth, but before she could respond, a man with silver-streaked hair, who she assumed was Ryan's father, clapped Ryan on the shoulder. "You've been holding out on us, son." A younger woman with piercing green eyes smirked from the couch. "I knew something was suspicious. Ryan never talks about his personal life." A middle-aged man, who had the same sharp blue eyes as Ryan, crossed his arms. "I'm still not convinced she's real." Emily blinked. "Ah. I promise I'm not a ghost." The room went silent. Then, to her horror, Ryan's mother teared up. "She's funny," she whispered, clutching her chest. "Ryan, you never told us she was funny." Ryan pinched the bridge of his nose. "Mom, please don't cry. I'm just so happy." She turned to Emily. "Sweetheart, how did my son convince someone as wonderful as you to marry him?" Emily hesitated. "Well," Ryan cut in smoothly, "it's a long story. But don't worry, Mom," he said, flashing her a very fake, very charming smile. "She loves me." Emily choked. Ryan's sister, the one with the suspicious green eyes, narrowed her gaze. "Oh, really?" She leaned forward. "Tell me, Emily, what's your favorite thing about my dear brother?" Emily froze. Ryan gave her a look that said, "Good luck." That smug little. She cleared her throat, scrambling for an answer. "Well, he's very responsible." Ryan's sister looked unimpressed. "That's boring. Try again." Emily clenched her jaw. "His kind." Ryan snorted. His sister smirked. "Yeah, I'm not buying it." Emily panicked, her brain short-circuited. The next words just flew out of her mouth. "He has really nice arms." Silence. Ryan stared at her. The room went dead quiet. Then his younger brother, whom Emily hadn't even noticed until now, burst out laughing. "Wow," he wheezed. "That was not what I was expecting." Ryan's mother clutched her heart again. "Oh, darling." Emily's face exploded into flames. Ryan smirked, leaning in close to whisper, "Nice save." Emily kicked him in the shin. This weekend was going to be a nightmare. Chapter 8. Emily had survived dinner. Barely. Ryan's mother had asked an alarming number of questions about their relationship. His father had nodded along approvingly, as if Emily had passed some secret test. His sister still looked suspicious, and his younger brother had not stopped smirking. But the worst part, Ryan was too good at this. He played the doting fiancé with effortless charm, pulling out her chair, refilling her drink, casually touching her back like it was the most natural thing in the world. He even held her hand under the table, which would have been fine if Emily hadn't been having a meltdown about it. Her brain refused to process the fact that she was currently holding hands with a ridiculously attractive man. She could feel the heat of his palm, the way his fingers lightly traced circles against her skin. She snatched her hand away. Ryan raised an eyebrow but didn't say anything. Instead, he leaned back in his chair, that infuriating smirk still in place. Emily spent the rest of the meal aggressively stabbing her food. Later that evening, Ryan led Emily to the guest room. "This is your room," he said, opening the door. "If anyone asks, we share a room, but I figured you'd appreciate the separate space." Emily blinked. Wait, was Ryan actually considerate? She'd expected him to be smug and teasing the entire time, but now he was just standing there, being all annoyingly thoughtful. Thanks," she muttered, stepping inside. Ryan leaned against the doorframe, watching her. "You were nervous earlier." Emily crossed her arms. "Was not." He smirked. "You called my arms nice." Emily groaned. "We're never talking about that again." Ryan chuckled. "Fine." Then he added, "For the record, your hand fits perfectly in mine." Emily threw a pillow at him. He caught it effortlessly, laughing as he shut the door behind him. Emily collapsed onto the bed, groaning into the mattress. She was doomed. Absolutely, completely doomed. Chapter 9. Emily woke up to the sound of soft footsteps outside her door. Her heart jumped for a second. She forgot where she was, until the grand furniture and ridiculously soft pillows reminded her. Right. Fake fiancé. Rich people's house. Major life decisions to regret later. She peeked at the clock. 1:34 a.m. What kind of psychopath was awake at this hour? Curious, and slightly concerned, she tiptoed to the door and cracked it open, only to nearly jump out of her skin. Ryan stood in the dimly lit hallway, shirtless, rubbing the back of his neck like he had just woken up. Emily's brain short-circuited. Oh no, Ryan Carter had the nerve to look even better in terrible lighting. His abs had abs. Emily clamped her mouth shut before she could humiliate herself further. Ryan raised an eyebrow. "You okay there, sweetheart?" She hated him. "Fine," she muttered, forcing herself to look at his face instead of his stupidly impressive torso. "Why are you creeping around at 1 a.m.? Ryan sighed. "Couldn't sleep." He leaned against the wall, crossing his arms, which just made his muscles more obvious. The absolute menace. Emily folded her arms, refusing to be affected. "You don't seem like the type to have insomnia." "I don't," he admitted. "But my family is, a lot." Emily scoffed. "Tell me about it." "Your sister has been trying to interrogate me all day." Ryan smirked. "She likes you." Emily narrowed her eyes. "That was liking me. Believe it or not, yes." Emily snorted, shaking her head. "Your family is insane." Ryan chuckled. "Trust me, I know." They stood in comfortable silence for a moment, the house eerily quiet around them. Then Ryan tilted his head, watching her closely. "You looked nervous today." Emily tensed. "No, I didn't." His lips twitched. "You gripped your fork like a murder weapon. And you almost jumped out of your skin when I touched your hand." Emily's face heated. "I did not jump." Ryan smirked. She hated that smirk. "Well," he said, stepping back toward his door. "Get some sleep, sweetheart." Emily glared. "Stop calling me that." Ryan grinned. "Make me." And with that, he disappeared into his room, leaving Emily to question every single life choice that led her here. This was fine, totally fine. Except it wasn't, because her heart was still racing. Oh no, she was in big, big trouble. Chapter 10. Emily woke up determined. Last night had been a moment of weakness. A brief lapse in judgment. A complete betrayal of her own brain. But today? Today, she was in control. Ryan's stupidly attractive existence would not distract her. Nope. Not today, Satan. She marched downstairs, ready to act like a perfectly normal, totally unaffected fake fiancé. Then she walked into the dining room and Ryan was already there. Shirtless. "Again morning," he said, sipping his coffee like he wasn't ruining her life. Emily froze in the doorway, her brain scrambling. This was fine. She could handle this. She just had to focus on anything besides his arms. Or his abs. Or his ridiculously broad shoulders. Nope. Dangerous territory. Abort mission, she cleared her throat and forced her eyes up to his face. Ever heard of a shirt? Ryan smirked. Why? Am I distracting you? Emily grabbed the nearest bagel and threw it at him. He dodged effortlessly, laughing. Why was he so smug? Ryan's younger brother, Jason, wandered in, clearly amused. Wow. You two are fun in the morning. Ryan's mother followed, beaming. Look at you two. So in sync already. Emily nearly choked. Yap. That's us. Totally in sync. Ryan winked. She even throws food at me with love. Emily kicked him under the table. Jason snorted. I like her. Ryan's sister, Claire, raised an eyebrow. I still have questions. Ryan sighed dramatically. Claire, we've been over this. No. Claire cut him off, smirking at Emily. I have questions for her. Oh no, Emily froze mid-bite. Claire leaned forward. What's Ryan's biggest pet peeve? Emily panicked. She had no clue. She turned to Ryan for help, but he just smiled innocently, clearly enjoying her suffering that little. She took a wild guess. Slow walkers? Claire narrowed her eyes, then Ryan's mother gasped, clapping her hands together. That's right. Ryan stared. Wait. How did you? Emily blinked. She was right. Ryan's dad chuckled. Son, she knows you better than you think. Ryan groaned. Fantastic. Emily tried not to look too smug. Ryan leaned over and whispered, lucky guess, wasn't it? She smirked. What do you think? Ryan chuckled. I think you're dangerously good at this. And for some reason, that made Emily's stomach flip. Chapter 11. Emily had made it through breakfast without dying of embarrassment. Barely, but now, thanks to Ryan's mother's insistence that fresh air is good for couples, she was stuck on a walk with him. Alone. It should have been fine. It was just a normal walk through his family's absurdly large garden. Nothing weird about that, except it felt weird, like suspiciously romantic. The sun was shining. The flowers were in full bloom. Birds were literally chirping. It was like they'd walked into a scene from a movie, and Emily hated it. Ryan, of course, looked completely at ease, hands in his pockets as they strolled down the stone path. So, he said, smirking. Slow walkers, huh? Emily groaned. Are we still on that? Yes, because I need to know, was it actually a lucky guess, or are you secretly obsessed with me? She snorted. Oh, definitely obsessed. I have a Ryan Carter fan club in my basement. Ryan chuckled. I knew it. Emily rolled her eyes. You're impossible. They walked in silence for a moment, the breeze cool against her skin. Then Ryan spoke again, voice quieter. You handled my family really well, you know. Emily blinked. Compliments weren't part of their usual banter. She shrugged, trying to play it cool. Not my first time pretending to be in love with someone. Ryan arched a brow. Oh. Emily smirked. I was once engaged to Chris Evans in my dreams. It was a very emotional breakup. Ryan chuckled, shaking his head. Poor guy never stood a chance. They walked a little farther, their steps in sync. Then Ryan bumped her shoulder with his. Emily froze. It was such a small, casual thing, but her brain latched onto it like it was a life-altering event because the truth was, she liked this, the teasing. The banter. The easy way he made her laugh, and that was dangerous, because this wasn't real, and she was already forgetting that. Chapter 12. Emily had 2 rules when it came to family game nights. Rule number 1, never trust anyone. Rule number 2, absolutely never play Pictionary with a competitive family. And yet, here she was sitting in Ryan's family living room, a marker in hand, being peer-pressured into Pictionary. This is a terrible idea, Emily muttered under her breath. Ryan smirked beside her. Oh, it's an amazing idea. His father grinned. I hope you're ready, Emily. We take game night very seriously. Oh, she could tell. Ryan's sister, Claire, was cracking her knuckles like she was about to enter a boxing ring. Jason, Ryan's younger brother, was stretching. His mother was strategizing. What kind of psycho family was this? Ryan nudged her. You scared? Emily scoffed. Of your wholesome little family game night? Please. Ryan leaned in, voice low. Then you won't mind if we make it interesting? She narrowed her eyes. Define interesting. Ryan's smirk deepened. Loser has to do whatever the winner says. No arguments. Emily hesitated. That sounded dangerous, but also, she never backed down from a challenge. You're on. Big mistake. 15 minutes later, Emily was in hell. Jason and Claire were crushing them. Ryan's mother had drawn a perfect Eiffel Tower in 3 seconds flat. His dad had somehow sketched a bear playing basketball like an artist. Meanwhile, Emily was staring at Ryan's horrific drawing of a horse. What is that? She shrieked. Ryan looked offended. It's obviously a horse. That looks like a mutant giraffe. Claire and Jason were dying with laughter. Emily turned to Ryan, exasperated. We are going to lose. Ryan grinned. Guess that means you'll have to do whatever I say. Emily's stomach flipped. Oh. Right. The bet. She swallowed. I hate you. Ryan winked. You love me. Emily scowled. She absolutely did not. Right. The game ended disastrously, with Ryan and Emily losing by a humiliating amount. Claire smirked. Guess that means Ryan wins. Emily crossed her arms. Fine. What do you want? Ryan grinned. I'll let you know tomorrow. Emily groaned. She was so going to regret this. Chapter 13. Emily spent the entire night dreading whatever ridiculous request Ryan was going to make. Would he make her sing karaoke in front of his whole family? Wear some ridiculous outfit? Publicly declare that he's the superior fake fiancé? By the time morning rolled around, she was already on edge. She found Ryan in the kitchen, leaning against the counter, casually sipping coffee like he wasn't plotting her doom. Emily narrowed her eyes. All right, let's hear it. What do you want? Ryan smirked. Wow. Not even a good morning? She crossed her arms. I refuse to engage in pleasantries with my enemy. Ryan chuckled, setting his mug down. Fine. Here's the deal. You owe me one favor. Emily blinked. That's it. Yap. She narrowed her eyes. A mystery favor? Ryan grinned. Exactly. Oh, that was dangerous. She knew she should refuse. No good could come from agreeing to open-ended terms with a man who thrived on tormenting her. And yet, I see the wheels turning in your head, Ryan teased. Are you about to admit you trust me? Emily snorted. Absolutely not. But for some stupid reason, she found herself nodding. Fine, she said, crossing her arms. I'll owe you one favor. But if it involves public humiliation, I'm out. Ryan grinned. Deal. He held out his hand. Emily hesitated. Was she making a mistake? Probably, but she shook his hand anyway. Ryan's fingers wrapped around hers, warm and steady, and for some ridiculous reason, her heart stumbled. She yanked her hand back like it had burned her. Ryan smirked. See? That wasn't so hard. Emily scowled. I immediately regret this. Ryan laughed. Too late. She groaned, rubbing her face. What had she just gotten herself into? Ryan leaned closer, voice low and teasing. Don't worry, Emily. You'll have fun. Somehow, she seriously doubted that. Chapter 14. Emily spent the entire day paranoid. Ryan was too calm. Too smug. Too Ryan. And that meant trouble. By the time dinner rolled around, she was practically vibrating with suspicion. Ryan, on the other hand, was completely relaxed. Chatting with his family. Smiling. Acting normal, which was deeply concerning. She leaned over and whispered, just tell me what the favor is. Ryan smirked. You're impatient. I'm suspicious. There's a difference. Ryan laughed, then finally said, all right. I'll tell you after dinner. Emily groaned. Great. More waiting. After dinner, Ryan led her outside, down the same garden path from their suspiciously romantic walk the other day. Emily narrowed her eyes. Why do I feel like I'm walking into a trap? Ryan chuckled. Because you are. Emily stopped dead in her tracks. No. Nope. I take it back. The favor is cancelled. Ryan turned, grinning. You shook on it. Emily scowled. I hate you. Ryan ignored that and said, all right. Here's the favor. I want you to go on a real date with me. Emily's brain short-circuited. What? Ryan smirked. You heard me. Emily just stared at him. Is this a joke? Ryan's expression softened. No joke, Emily. She opened her mouth, then closed it. Then opened it again. But why? Ryan arched a brow. Because I like you. Emily froze, her heart was pounding. Her stomach was doing gymnastics because somehow, despite how completely ridiculous their fake engagement had been, somewhere along the way, it had stopped feeling fake. She swallowed. You don't have to say that just because your family likes me. Ryan chuckled. Emily. I've liked you since the moment you insulted my shoes. Emily gaped. That was literally the first thing I ever said to you. Ryan grinned. I know. Her face was on fire. She crossed her arms. This isn't fair. You caught me off guard. I need time to process. Ryan shrugged. Take all the time you need. Just know that I'm not faking it. Emily huffed. I hate you. Ryan smirked. You love me. Emily groaned. Why did he have to be right? Chapter 15. Emily had no idea why she agreed to this. Actually, no, she did. Ryan had smirked at her. Smirked. And her brain had stopped functioning, and now here she was. On an actual date. With Ryan, the man who had tormented her for weeks. The man who had blackmailed her into a fake engagement. The man who she maybe, sort of, kind of, definitely liked. Ryan leaned back in his seat, watching her with amusement. You look like you're having an internal breakdown. Emily scowled. That's because I am. Ryan smirked. Glad to hear I'm having an effect on you. Emily glared at him, pointedly stabbing her fork into her salad. You're unbearable. And yet, here you are, Ryan said, taking a sip of his drink. Emily opened her mouth to argue, then paused because, well, he had a point. She was here, and not just because of the bet, because she wanted to be, which was frustrating. Ryan tilted his head. What's going on in that head of yours? Emily sighed, setting her fork down. I'm just trying to figure out how we got here. Ryan's lips quirked. We drove. She groaned. You know what I mean. Ryan laughed. Fine. You want the truth? Emily nodded. Ryan leaned forward, resting his elbows on the table. We got here because I couldn't stop thinking about you. Emily's breath hitched. I told myself you were just a fake fiancé. Just some ridiculous arrangement. He exhaled. But somewhere along the way, I started wanting it to be real. Emily froze, because that was exactly what had happened to her. Her heart was hammering. Her hands felt clammy. Ryan watched her, waiting, and for the first time in weeks, she stopped fighting it. She sighed. You are so unbelievably annoying. Ryan grinned. That's a yes. Emily rolled her eyes. It's a reluctant yes. Ryan chuckled. I'll take it. And when he reached across the table to take her hand, Emily let him because maybe, just maybe, this was exactly where she was supposed to be. Epilogue. Fake fiancé to real girlfriend. Somehow, this worked? A year ago, Emily never would have believed this. She never would have believed that the man who blackmailed her into a fake engagement would be the same man she was now happily dating. But here she was, sitting across from Ryan at his parents' house, watching him argue with his grandmother about lasagna. You put too much cheese in it, Ryan groaned. His grandmother gasps. Too much cheese. Too much cheese. What kind of grandson did I raise? Emily snorted. You really walked into that one. Ryan glared at her. You're supposed to be on my side. I'm on the side of delicious food. Ryan's grandmother beamed. I like her. Ryan sighed. Yeah. Everyone loves Emily. Emily smirked. You included. Ryan rolled his eyes but didn't deny it. His grandmother narrowed her eyes. When are you two getting engaged for real? Emily choked on her drink. Ryan patted her back. Way to be subtle, Grandma. His grandmother shrugged. I have limited time left. I need to see some great-grandchildren before I go. Emily's face was on fire. Ryan grinned. We'll work on that. Emily whipped around. Excuse me. Ryan just winked. His grandmother nodded approvingly. Good boy. Emily groaned. How was this her life? And more importantly, why was she actually kind of happy about it? She huffed. I hate you. Ryan smirked. You love me. Emily rolled her eyes but didn't deny it because against all logic, all reason, all sanity, he was right, and maybe, just maybe, that was the best mistake she'd ever made.
Ryan's POV. Ryan never planned for this. Sure, he planned to mess with Emily. He planned to make her sweat. He planned to enjoy every second of their ridiculous fake engagement. What he didn't plan for was falling for her, and yet, here he was, watching her argue with his grandmother over cheese. "I'm just saying," Emily said, gesturing wildly, "there's no such thing as too much cheese in lasagna." His grandmother nodded approvingly. "I like this girl." Ryan sighed. Yeah. Everyone loves Emily." Emily smirked. "You included." Ryan rolled his eyes, but didn't argue, because it was true. He did love her. The realization had sucker punched him weeks ago, but saying it out loud? That was a different story. His grandmother narrowed her eyes. "So when are you two getting engaged for real?" Ryan had to give her credit. She was efficient. Emily choked on her drink. Ryan patted her back, grinning. "Way to be subtle, Grandma." His grandmother shrugged. "I'm old. I don't have time for subtle." Ryan chuckled. "Fair enough." Then, just to mess with Emily, he added, "We'll work on that." Emily whipped around. "Excuse me?" Ryan just winked. His grandmother nodded approvingly. "Good boy." Emily groaned like she was rethinking every life choice that had led her here. Ryan leaned in and whispered, "You know, I could propose right now." Emily glared. "Don't you dare." Ryan smirked. "Why not? The first engagement worked out pretty well." Emily scowled. "It was fake." Ryan grinned. "Was it?" She opened her mouth to argue, then paused. Her face flushed. Ryan's smirk softened into a smile. "You love me." Emily rolled her eyes. "You're insufferable." Ryan just laughed because she didn't deny it, and that was enough for now.